It is John and Rachel, your Jagoff late night, and here we are at 5 Foster Plaza. John always reminds us that we're here from 4:30 on every Friday. And listen, you can get this wherever you get podcasts, and you can also just look for it on Mondays. But also, we are typically on KDKA radio, except for now. You don't know what time it's going to air on the radio because we have entered WPIAL season.
And that's why you should just subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Jagoff YouTube channel, because then you just notified when it goes up at 10 o'clock every Friday.
And you get all the Pittsburgh stories. We would be remiss, though, if we did not talk about the Jags along the way. So we are term of endearment Jagoffs. How have you been, you Jagoff? But we do call people out. John, you take the first one.
Well, this one was a positive one because
yeah.
we were invited to the Steelers Hall of Honor because they just did a new exhibit, an installation of an exhibit. It's the NFL draft, and there's a phone there.
It's so
and they
cool.
have the podium from the draft stage, and you can receive a phone call from Omar Khan and then walk over to the podium and have your picture and deliver a little speech. And that's the first time we've ever been in there, and I got to tell you, it's just it's a cool place.
So cool.
And it's free.
Yeah.
You just have to make a reservation.
Want you to go in. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, accommodations. So
very
there you
cool.
go. In addition, the second one, we did call out a Jag, but not here in Pittsburgh. My son Roman was visiting in Cape Cod, or as John put on the headline, Cape Cawd. You know how Pittsburghers talk. And he said that it was their version of the parking chair. You need to go look at it because we're calling it the parking security thingy because basically it was what? A cone?
Like a crate
on a
with
crate.
a cone. Yes.
And so it reserved the parking space and somehow it worked in Cape Cod. So kudos to them for figuring something
Shout out to Bobby Cherry, Mr. Christmas 365, who commented on the post on Facebook that said, I know exactly where that is.
Oh, get out.
Yes.
I didn't see him say that.
Yeah.
I feel like he needs to come on. I miss him very much.
All right.
Anyway, last but certainly not least, we added a new little segment called Jag Brag, Jag Tag, or straight up Jagoff. John, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it
from here.
Here's a little Jag Brag. My youngest Rennebeck, who is 17 and a senior at North Hills High School, just got her first acceptance into Slippery Rock University. And we are so proud and so excited, and we can't wait to see where she goes. So
Yeah. She's going to be educating many of the young up-and-coming kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. There you go.
I don't know how I'm going to get through, but somehow.
Meantime, our food purveyor, every Friday, this is why we tell you to come, because you get to drink or eat whatever we're participating
Listen, the radio guys wait at the door. They're like,
Yes.
who's here?
They're like dogs scratching at the door, like, what's up? And we have coffee. So, Onie, you're not a stranger to us because you've been on the radio with us, and earlier in the evenings, and here you are on the podcast. So, welcome back to the podcast.
Hello.
Yeah, it's different to have you on this side.
Yes, I have to hold the mic.
You do. You do have to hold the mic.
Right.
Completely different.
Tell us a little bit about what we have, but peel it back one more layer because we know we have amazing coffee that I can't wait to try. But tell us, you are Vital Sips, and explain the concept and why that's so important.
So I am Vital Sips, and we believe we're vital to the community because our mission is that we try to help our community. So we source from small local businesses. We donate our used coffee grinds back to the community gardens around Pittsburgh, and we take a portion of what we make and give it to nonprofits in the area. So because you're getting coffee from us, you're doing good for your community.
So Vital Sips was started off as coffee, right? But it's more than that because, as we know, John is a chocolate milk guy, but you brought coffee and what?
So this is our fall menu. I have some samples for what I'm going to be releasing September 1st. So you got the shimmering caramel apple.
Salute.
I did, yeah.
It's edible glitter, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Apple chunks, spiced cider, vanilla, cold foam, a little drizzle, a little sugar.
Yeah.
And Rachel has the drink that's named after my dad's mom, Grandma Honey's Latte, right? Because she used to make apple pies in sheet pans, like massive sheet pans. So it is apple and caramel along with some foam, some drizzle, some caramelized sugar. Yeah, a little bit of everything.
And so while that's your grandma's coffee, this is not your grandma's or grandpa's coffee place because you do so much different. You sell coffee, then what happens? First of all, you sell really good coffee, right?
Yes. I sell local coffee from 19, which is in Baldwin, and they hand mix. And when I say hand mix, I physically, literally, like I watch the guys with the stirrer hand mix in their roasts and then dump it back in. And,
Right.
So handmade coffee, but then I sell it out of an old ambulance.
I love this. So how many years old? 2.
So I've been around for 2.5,
Okay.
we'll say. This is my second full season
Yes.
on the truck.
Yeah.
And I go wherever anybody calls. So if you're looking, you could call me.
But it's called Vital Sips for a reason, not just because of the ambulance quirkiness, but you're vital to the community, as you
Correct.
said. You show up at my my kids' function or my cul-de-sac for the big pumpkin party. What happens next?
So, okay, I'll give you a perfect example.
Yes.
In July, I did the UFO Festival in Kecksburg.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And 10% of whatever I made that entire weekend went right back to the fire department. So this happens when I go to any community event. Last week, Josie's here, I did her first day of school drop-off. So all the parents who bought coffee that morning, 10% of whatever I made went straight back to the school.
I love it.
I do it for soccer teams. I do it for community events. I do it for functions. Wherever I am, I give back to the community. That's my
and you
mission.
make an impact, because I have to say, as I was telling our audience, you came to North Hills on behalf of the Drama Club
Yes.
on Election Day, because our school is an election site. We always have a fundraiser. So when you were coming to vote, we always had like baked goods and coffee. And I said, why are we making coffee when I know somebody who could set up shop and essentially give back? First meeting this year, they were like, that was brilliant, and we want her to come back. So hoping that can
So I'm
make it
hoping
happen.
that schools will hear about this, because say the cheerleaders at the local high school want to do a fundraiser, bring me in for one of the games. And you could technically do nothing.
That's a reminder.
and
Yes.
Hand over 10% of what I made
Yeah.
to whatever organization who was sponsoring me. So,
Yeah.
the cheerleaders.
I love
bring
that.
me in.
And
What's
it's good networking. I'm sorry. It's good
Very good.
networking, but it's so great for the communities
Yes.
too. And I love that. And the ambulance is so darn cute.
It is.
Now, what area do you cover? You'll go as far as...
I have no.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
I
okay.
am not a
Do
regulated
not tell me that. Yeah.
district. I have went as far as Ohio, Washington County. I've went up to Cranberry.
Okay.
All the way. Last night I was at the McKeesport Farmers Market. I
Yeah.
do the Green Tree Farmers Market pretty regularly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is a cool one. I get really excited. So September 11, 12, and 13.
Is the Pittsburgh Irish Festival?
It is, but I will
But
not
also-
be. I will not be at the Pittsburgh Irish Festival. My truck will be at the Lebanese Food Festival at
okay.
Our Lady of Victory.
Oh, you
Okay.
did tell me that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So-
full disclosure, we met you at the Pittsburgh Irish Festival.
Yes.
So that is how far back our roots
A
go.
long
but
time ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this year I will be serving coffee at the Lebanese Food Festival, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, 13, that weekend. So it's
Okay.
Thursday night all
Yeah.
the way through Sunday.
So
Awesome.
I find this interesting in the fact that that you're serving coffee, you're giving back, and you're total Pittsburgh, and that's the
Yes.
most interesting part of it. All right. So where does everybody find you online, and so they can get you out to their function?
If they want to go to Facebook, it's just Vital Sips. Find me. You could go to Instagram, Vital Sips. You can find Google. Google has listened to me finally, because you have to approve a business,
Right.
And I've done that several times. But you could Google me. I'm
Yeah.
literally one
It's
of the top
legit.
coffee trucks that come up.
Nice.
Vital Sips. Make sure you check it out and utilize her for fundraising opportunities, or just to get a coffee. One of these great fall are
Yeah.
on the menu
Yeah.
starting September 1st. But now we have to go to some real TV talk with Rob Owen. It's John and Rachel.
You're tuned into TV Talk at triblive.com. I'm Rob Owen. It's a busy week for Pittsburghers on nationally televised unscripted series. I wrote about a Point Breeze resident who competes again on Jeopardy Masters on ABC, and an Emsworth restaurant and the family who run it who got the spotlight on Fox's Kitchen Nightmares. In another TV Talk column, I wrote about a Ligonier native who moved from working as a local news reporter to an international correspondent role at CNN, and news of the departure of a reporter from WTAE. In this week's TV Q&A, viewers are a little cranky with one who wonders why TV stations think they have an obligation to keep viewers safe, which suggests he might be unaware of the emergency broadcast system that's been a TV staple for 80 years. Another viewer seems to think TV weather forecasts are quackery and fraudulent, so I provided him with the definition of the word forecast. Hint, it's a prediction, not a promise. Stay tuned in with TV Talk at triblive.com and in the pages of the Tribune Review.
It's John and Rachel back to you, Jagoff Late Night. a special guest.
So special.
Right? So
special.
we see this person when we're here podcasting. If you ever come to 5 Foster Plaza like we tell you to, you would meet this celebrity.
He is a celebrity. Yeah. When we started at KDKA, we were like, oh, hi, Marty. Hi, Larry. It's Andy.
Right. So this is where Rachel will tell you she geeks out over journalists.
I do.
And this is it. So, Andy, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. This is, see, when Conan O'Brien had his late night show, whenever somebody would cancel, he would get Al Roker.
Right.
I feel like I could be the Jagoff Al Roker.
You are 100%. Yeah.
Let's get this guy.
But you're our utility guy always, because if we forgot to print the show notes, we come out, you print the show notes. But then also, we know we're not crazy. We know how to keep you happy. If we have snacks here, right? And tonight you had a little bit of cider, right?
Cider, and it was delicious.
Yeah, right? Vital sips.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And it had real apple chunks.
I know. That's what it's all about, when you can have the morsels.
Mine's gone already.
Andy, as a dorky journalist, I can't help myself, but I want to know, what was your path to this? So we said your title is sort of unknown. It's like Prince. You do all the things.
Yeah, I'm the digital content director.
Sure.
For Odyssey Pittsburgh, but
so for all 4 stations,
primarily
KDKA.
The Fan, the sports station, and KDKA Radio are my 2 big ones. But I also help out with some other projects on the other stations. So in radio today, you need to be very versatile.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. And I grew up on KDKA Radio.
Sure.
Yeah.
And when it was 93.7, when it was B94.
Yeah.
And,
same.
whatever, was it called The River before, whatever it was
Sure.
before, The Point
Yes.
is now
Oh my
Star.
gosh.
Yeah.
So I was a big radio nerd growing up. I had the radio in my room every night.
Yeah.
I listened to Pirate Games, and I listened to The Undercover Club with Bob Lowe.
Oh my gosh.
I was in 3rd grade, by the way. And I would stay up until, like, on the weekends was my big, I would try and stay up for him because he would go on at midnight.
Yeah.
So sometimes I would get my recorder out and put a cassette tape in and tape his show.
Oh my gosh.
now you're dating yourself. Yeah.
You can tell a girl didn't talk to me until my late 30s.
You are married, however, yeah.
That's true. I am now, but growing up, it was a very unique situation.
So it's interesting because Rachel always say when she went to school for journalism, it was writing or broadcast. Now it's a multimedia journalist is kind of what we're hearing even from the KDK TV side, right?
It is. When I went to school, it wasn't quite there for the multimedia. So I went straight radio, and professors were like, "Oh, you're going to try TV?" And I was like, "Nope, I want to be in radio." And
always knew.
Yeah. And
why do you think it was that medium, though?
I don't know what it is. I think I romanticize about radio and the way that, now we can see, you can watch, this is on tape.
Yes.
I'm calling it tape.
Sure, no, but we understand.
But, we're streaming all the time on YouTube now for KDKA, you guys, the Fan. And I just would picture the host or whoever was spinning the records in like a dimly lit room at night, like spinning their music or whatever they were talking about. And so I think it was a romanticism I had with radio because you're using your imagination a lot more than you are with TV.
Yeah, that's a good
And
point.
I'm not as good looking as like Ken Rice.
Well, if you don't mind if I cut in here, because are you old enough to remember 13Q, the AM radio station that played the hits? That's the last radio station in Pittsburgh to play
younger
top
than
40.
me.
I'm not, but I have read many books because I'm not a loser on radio.
So
I know about.
Well, then you need to
13Q.
listen. Tim O'Brien has a podcast,
Yes.
and he interviewed all of the older radio personalities. That's when the guy would show up at night and have a Batman suit on,
Yes.
or the DJs would be in suits and ties and all that. And to me, that's so intriguing.
That's part of what just made. I loved overnight radio, especially when my wife and I go camping. Sometimes I'll sit outside in the pitch black with my old radio, and I'll just go up and down the AM dial to see if I can hear some distant,
sure,
something weird or something like I'm into old time radio.
Yeah.
If it's not cool, I like it.
Yeah.
But
Well, thanks for being here.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
no.
No, but Andy, in all seriousness, as a journalist, and mine, as John said, I was a print journalist. I worked for the Tribune Review for a lot of years. I appreciate written word. I appreciate the craft. I appreciate how people learned how to actually produce news. That's a little different now. What have you seen, and why are you still holding on to what you believe is still a good way to get your news?
Well, this is the way that the world works now. It's very fast-paced. Even when I was growing up, I wish I had the patience to read a newspaper article.
Yeah.
You know, whenever
Sure.
the newspaper would come, it would be, you would start reading an article and then it would say, continued on page 2A. And then you would go to 2A and it would be like, and I'm like, oh, I'm out. I learned as much as I'm going to learn with that story. But that's important. We need to have that kind of journalism.
Yes.
Because who watches the Watchmen? You know, we need to have people at City Council. David, one of our reporters here at KDKA, he listens to like every City Council meeting, and he's probably one of the only few people in the city that does that from a reporter standpoint, because he wants to make sure he doesn't hear anything that's going to slip by. But for me, it's important to do things like getting as much information out as I can that I think is tolerable to a crowd that has a short attention span.
Sure.
So I kind of look at it, another old reference, MASH, the TV show, which I'm sure anybody over 40 knows. But I think about it as just trying to do the surgery quick. So I try to get the information, the who, what, when, where, and why out, and I move on to the next story, because we don't have the way that the budgets are now. We don't have a city government reporter. We don't have the financial reporter. I have to be everything and so much more, and so does everyone else here. So it's making sure that I still have a passion for journalism and making sure that the public is informed the most correct way possible. When I get a detail wrong, I feel horrible, like I let everyone down. So I feel horrible all the time because I'm always making mistakes.
No. And everyone does, but the vetting is what's getting harder and harder, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it's not as complicated and hard if you really just care a little bit. Bringing a little bit to the table goes a long way. Just double checking a fact. Which, sometimes I can get swept in if something's happening, breaking news, we need to get it out as fast as I can. But just taking that extra second to be like, wait a minute, let's make sure that this is really the story before we say this.
Do you find that you want to prophetize or disciple people getting more news? Like, don't just watch that reel. Go read this. Do you feel like you're on that mission?
I am, because to pull the curtain back, obviously, I want to keep my job. And to do that, we need to have sponsors, and we need to have happy sponsors. But I don't want to be the person that is just doing something for cheap clicks. So I want to help. Last year, I reached out to someone that missed their exotic bird went missing. So I thought, this is an opportunity for me to clickbait. But what I did was I tried to help them get their bird back, and somebody saw it, and the story went crazy for us. And so I was able to still do that, clickbaity thing, but I was able to not feel dirty about it, if that makes sense.
You checked a box, but it was okay.
Yeah, and because I'm all about, I want to help small businesses and do articles when they're opening. I let the public know if there's a restaurant or something that's really having an issue with health or something like that. Those do really well for me. Kind of my clickbait thing is lottery stories. People love to know who hit the lottery and where they hit it.
Yeah.
So it's just that kind of stuff. But I like helping missing people, getting their face out everywhere we can.
Andy, before we go, our Rohrich Honda question of the day.
Oh boy.
What would be breaking news? You're a news person. What would be breaking news at some point in Andy's life? The breaking news story.
The breaking news for me?
About him?
Yes, about your life. At some point in your life.
At some point in my life, it would probably be
breaking news.
Breaking news. Andrew Limberg has just. I'm totally blanking here. This is not good.
College degree.
I do have a college degree.
Yeah.
Something that's already happened to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Breaking news. Andrew Limberg got married in the midst of COVID. Instead of 250 people at his wedding, there were 5. And they wore masks in his in-laws' backyard.
Oh, nice.
I love that. The things you learn whenever you are the perfect fill-in. We'll have you again and again. Thank you so much for joining us. It is John and Rachel, your Jagoff Late Night.
Thank you.
I wasn't really a babysitter, but my best friend, who's still my best friend today, Katie, she was, and I remember I was with her babysitting this one kid in her neighborhood, and we were watching a rerun of Unsolved Mysteries. You know, they're really creepy. Like,
Yeah,
it was in their basement. It was kind of dark. And the mom that we were babysitting for appears on screen. Her husband had been murdered.
What?
And she was sitting on the same couch that we were sitting. And there was like an Afghan, like on Roseanne. And we just looked at it. We were like.
It's John and Rachel, you Jagoff Late Night, and this is what we call Game Show on the Go. The good news is there's 4 of us, and we get to sit in our seats and basically put you 2 in the hot seat and ask you the serious questions. I need like some kind of really good music. Give me or something.
Well, yeah.
Our guests have to
Our guests
decide.
are Onie, who you met, and Skylar, who you will meet later in the show, and will be singing a song. So, but before we get to know all you guys and what, the game, you guys have your junk drawer items. Is that right? So, Onie, let's see what you have here.
Oh my God,
All
what
right.
is that?
And now we love stories that come with it, so I'll hold it up to the camera while you describe it for those who aren't watching the video.
It is a blood bag filled with iced coffee from Vital Sips.
I'm dead.
I mean, it is
Not
for
really.
those.
I don't need the
for
blood
those
bag,
on the
but-
audio version only. Go watch the video on YouTube. But also, it is literally an IV bag with a cap on it.
That
And
says,
is Rachel
fill your energy up. Oh my God.
is Rachel expected to take a sip out of that right now?
She can save it for later. So my thought is, you buy a coffee now, you could grab one, toss it in your bag for later. Pour it in when you drink the rest.
It's brilliant.
Nice.
This is brilliant.
Nice.
You need to market this more, and I know people who could help you, and I think that you should do this
That
more
would be
often, 'cause
wonderful.
this is
Nice.
so
Get them in
clever.
contact with me.
Yeah, I think this is absolutely amazing. So check
Cool.
it out. Love it. Okay, what is your junk drawer item, Skylar?
I brought a Sidney Crosby bobblehead.
Okay.
What?
I'm not a big sports fan.
Okay.
One time I sang the national anthem at a baseball game, and my mom asked where I stood for the audition, and I said by the goal. There was no goal on the baseball field. But
I like that you told us in case we didn't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
But one time me and my mom saw Sidney Crosby in Giant Eagle, and we followed him around and we stalked him, and I was like, "Who's that?" She's like, "That's a hockey player," and I'm like, "Oh." And he was buying bananas and water, if you were wondering.
I was wondering because that
So
is
you
the
really
interview
did
I want.
stalk him.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yes.
I would totally do the same thing.
Yes.
One of the best people ever from what I hear. But that's the interview. When anybody interviews us and asks, who would you want to interview? It's him. So there you go.
Yeah.
You kind of got to do it before me. Well, thank you. I love the bobblehead. Thank you so much.
Nice. All right, so we have the game show on the go, and we make this up blatantly just
As
2
we go.
hours before this show starts. All right, so there really aren't any rules unless we decide there are rules. You guys good with that? And it's Onie against Skylar. So we have some questions here for you, and I will keep score.
Well, John, can you give me that music again that you
Dun,
stepped on me for?
dun, 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 dun,
All right, our guests have to
dun, dun,
decide
dun,
what John and
dun,
Rachel
dun,
feel
dun,
about
dun, 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 dun.
beats and brews. Beats as in music or brews, okay? So you basically have to determine our answers. So I will read you the question and you will say this for Rachel, this for John. Let me explain better.
Okay.
Coffee before music or music before coffee? How would I answer and how would John answer? So basically, would I prefer coffee or music? Is it coffee before music or music before coffee? What would be our favorite?
Who goes first?
You can go first.
Onie.
Okay. Maybe is it that you like it, or would you want to drink it first and then listen to music?
Which do we like better?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. John doesn't like coffee.
Right. Very good. So
I know
he's
that.
going music. Okay.
He's doing music. I think you just drank 2 coffees, so yeah, you like coffee.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And your answer, Skylar.
I think the same thing.
Okay.
I feel like he doesn't like coffee, so probably music.
That was a give.
You're both correct on John, but I am a music fiend and I love coffee, but I sing. John intentionally drops words so that I sing them. Like he'll do it intentionally so that whatever is a famous song, I just start singing it. So didn't say I'm good at it, but yeah. So you guys each got a point.
Score is 1-1.
1-1. All right.
1-1. That's 1 versus
Next
1.
up, this might help you on this one, guys. Concert or coffee shop? What would be our answers?
Go ahead.
Okay,
You go first.
I'm thinking concert for both of you.
Okay.
I would say concert for both of you.
Excellent. Each gets a point. Concert
Wow.
and concert. John's looking at me because I answered for him because I knew what the answer was. He's like, what did I say, Reach? All right. Next up, would it be morning coffee or midnight concert? Now, this is a little tricky because you kind of have to know our habits as well. Morning coffee or midnight concert? What would I be and what would John be?
Well, John doesn't drink coffee.
Okay, so you're going midnight concert regardless?
Maybe something other than coffee,
Okay.
but early.
Okay.
Not late night concert.
Okay.
Late night concert.
Okay.
I think both of you late night concert.
Okay, wrong. I am morning coffee because I cannot do a midnight anything. So I'm going morning coffee, and John is going midnight concert. So 0.
You both.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't?
No.
Yeah, you got one. She said me concert.
I said concert.
Oh, you did say concert for him?
Because he doesn't
All
like
right.
coffee.
All right, you got it.
So I'll be one of those irritating baseball announcers. It's 4-3. That means it's 3-4.
Say it like
4-3.
NPR. 4-3.
The
Okay.
score is now 4-3.
All right, this is sort of a little different. Bruno Mars or Billy Joel? Who would each of us choose? Bruno Mars or Billy Joel? And I'm not sure why ChatGPT, I'm assuming it had something to do with coffee, but not 100%. But basically, who would we prefer, Bruno or Billy?
I'm gonna say Billy Joel for you.
Because you saw my gray hair.
You didn't see mine, I color it.
I think Billy Joel for both of you.
Okay.
Okay.
I would say Billy Joel just because it's Billy Joel for both of you.
I was really, really teetering, but I'm going Bruno because I already saw Billy Joel in concert, and I'd love to see Bruno.
So they each get 1 point.
They each get 1 point. Yep. All right. Latte or black coffee? Now, John has to answer this, so the answer can't be neither. Okay?
Okay.
So what
So
would-
he's
John, here's your
definitely
answer.
gonna go.
What did I answer, Rachel? Okay.
I would say he's gonna go latte because it doesn't taste like coffee. You could fill it with flavor and milk,
Okay,
so it
good answer.
lessens the coffee.
Okay.
And you, we'll say latte also.
Okay.
I'm gonna say black coffee, and then latte.
Okay, it's latte. Latte, good job.
Sounds like your new song, Latte.
Yeah,
Latte.
there you go. Well, I was going to say something, but I
All
won't.
right.
Okay.
So the score is 6-5.
Yes.
6-5 Onie.
All right, we're coming down to the last few. Front row or free coffee for a year? Which one would we choose? I love these questions.
It's so easy when it
row?
comes
Where did you
to
get
me.
these questions?
Well, I know. Chat, my friend Chat. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna go free concerts, and I'm gonna go free coffee.
Okay. Actually, wait. Front row or free coffee for a year?
Oh.
So a front row at a concert or free coffee for a year?
Ooh. Okay, then I'm gonna go front row, free coffee.
Okay.
I don't know. Front row, and let's go front row.
You were right. Front row and free coffee.
Oh,
we
it's
are
now
all tied.
tied.
Yes, it's so easy to get this way whenever we're doing beats and brews. All right, next up, coffee spills on your shirt or forgetting the lyrics to your favorite song. Which would annoy us more? Coffee on your favorite
Coffee
shirt.
on your shirt,
Okay.
obviously.
Yeah.
Not for me. I hate when I don't know lyrics to songs. But John, you got 1 point. You each got 1 point. Yeah, when I forget lyrics, in fact, my husband continues to make fun of me because there's this whole slew of things where if I don't know it, I just make it up. But then I try to convince people that I'm right.
Nice.
So I hate forgetting lyrics anytime. Okay, you can only have one for the rest of your life. Is it great coffee or great music? I know, right? Who's going to answer?
I'm sure it's hard to answer for me.
Music.
I don't know
Do
what
you want me to
layout-
show you my answer? Okay. Go ahead. And me, is it coffee or concerts?
Coffee.
Okay.
I'm gonna go music for both of you.
Coffee. Because I could see concerts on TV. So,
Yeah.
you know.
So
it
that
was my
puts
thinking.
Onie up by one.
What was John thinking? He just doesn't like coffee. So I did answer some of John's questions. You guys have been awesome.
You didn't have to.
I know.
You didn't have to.
I didn't have
'cause
to. Who
there was-
won?
They were all coffee.
Onie.
It's Onie 8-7.
8-7. That was really
Yes.
close, Skylar, for never meeting us.
Yes.
I'm pretty impressed. Tell everybody, where can they find out more information about each of you?
Go for it.
My Instagram is Skylar_Edson, all lowercase on Instagram.
Love it.
Instagram Vital Sips.
Easy enough. So now we finally get to really meet our musician,
Yeah.
even though we already met her and she played pretty well in our game.
Yeah,
so long
right,
ago.
right. And it's going to be a cozy thing as we saw her warming up. This is not your traditional Jagoff musician.
It's John and Rachel, you Jagoff Late Night.
Welcome to People's Clean Hydrogen Pilot Program. Here sits no ordinary container. It's a drop-in unit that transforms natural gas into clean, cost-effective hydrogen that can provide you with affordable, safe, and reliable energy with as few emissions as possible, removing carbon and making a product, not a pollutant. So no, it's no ordinary box. It's a powerful decarbonization tool, and just one of the ways Peoples is innovating the future of energy.
I've been thinking that Rohrich Automotive needs a new jingle.
Rohrich Automotive got the best cars around Pittsburgh.
Driving a Rohrich, I bought it at Rohrich. Picked up my new car at Rohrich Automotive. I got friends at Rohrich Automotive where the staff is nice and the dealership's loaded with brand new cars. And you can drive real far.
It's Rachel and John. Back to you, Jagoff Late Night. Again, a staple of the podcast, although we're coming up on 10 years of working together. The staple has always been a local musician.
I cried today, but...
Is that right? But and then another local musician might be the youngest musician we've had along here. Skylar, welcome to the Jagoff podcast.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So wait, we thought you were from the Swickley area, but no, you're going to school in Michigan. What about that? How'd that happen?
I just decided, last year was my freshman year, and I don't know, I had at Quaker Valley, my middle school experience, I didn't have a lot of arts programs, and I really wanted to devote my time to the arts. So I found my voice teacher, Molly Stater. She recommended Interlochen Arts Academy because they have a songwriting program. And songwriting is like what I do, and I wanted to learn from other songwriters who were as serious about this as I was. So I don't know, I just moved up to Michigan to a boarding school to Interlochen Arts Academy.
Wow, good. Wow.
That is passion. Yeah. So what made you think you even wanted to do this? Just loving music in general, or is there somebody you emulate?
I've been singing since I was 3 years old. My first song was about animals at the zoo. I'm not going to play it for you.
You made it up?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you songwrote it. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I've just always had such a passion for this, and my dad did music for a little while, and I don't know. I just have so many female country stars and pop stars that I look up to, and I don't know, it's always been something I've been so passionate about.
We come by it naturally. Rachel's dad is Johnny Angel from Johnny Angel and the Halos,
really?
if you gang out there know. And our good friend is Kirsty Manna, who wrote Blake Shelton's #1 hit song.
Wow,
So anyways, in Nashville. So
that's why we always love.
That's why we love this kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So we're getting ready to hear you sing a song. What's the song you're going to sing?
I just broke up with somebody, and I wrote this song 15 minutes ago in the car.
No.
So Adele Swift is here, and
so I have my papers, and I'm gonna sit on the floor. But I really like it, and so I was like, why not play it?
Why not?
Oh my God,
yes.
I love this so much. The only thing better would be if you made us make one up on the spot, which would not compare to yours. But we're so excited to hear you. But first, we have to go to our 412 do's, and it is Jeremy and Angie from Discover the Berg. They're gonna tell us what is up, and then we get to hear your song. It is John and Rachel, your Jagoff Late Night.
Hey everyone, Jeremy and Angie from Discover the Berg here, and we are bringing you the 412 do's for the week. Now, I know, Angie, it's one of your favorite weekends of the year.
Yes.
What is going on?
It's Pedal PGH weekend.
Yes, and the weather looks great.
It does. So this is a great event on Sunday that is a fundraiser for Bike PGH. So make sure you register ahead of time, get your ticket. By Saturday, they do sell out sometimes, so make sure you register in advance. They mark off routes around the city. You have options to do 10 miles, 25 miles, or if you're very, very ambitious, 53 miles. So that's a lot of hill climbs there.
That's a nope from
That's a nope from us. So there also is a bailout option on the 53-mile route to do like closer to 40, which skips some of the big hills.
That is what we're doing.
Probably what we'll do. We'll see if we make it that far. But it's a great event. There's support at different stations and rest stops around the city, and you have safety biking with a bunch of other people, which is really great. So.
And if you're not biking on Sunday, just be aware that there will be bikers on the road. It's a shared street kind of event. So from about 7:30 to about 3, you'll expect to see a bunch of bikers around the city. Also on Sunday, interestingly enough, is Baconburg, which is back for its second year. As its name implies, it is a bacon themed food truck festival taking place at Southside Works. This one's brought to you by the team behind Beers of the Berg and our dear friend Alex Eats Too Much. It's a massive food truck rally. Every food truck will have at least one dish containing bacon. Starts at noon, goes till about 6. It's free to attend. We will be there after we get done biking because we're going to need food after 40 miles.
We're going to need bacon.
And we're going to need bacon, yes. We went last year for the inaugural year. They had a hog, like a bull type thing that you could ride. They had the Oscar Mayer Wiener Mobile. It might be making an appearance as well. Tons of vendors. It's a whole lot of fun, and it's free. Last year was ticketed, but this year will be free to come and enjoy. Just buy what you like, and I'm very excited about that. We also went out to a new restaurant this week as well, Angie, for pizza. If you can't go out Sunday, where was that?
Yeah, so Penn Avenue Pizza and Steak. So this is right on Penn Avenue. It's technically in Lawrenceville, I think, but really close to Bloomfield. So this is a great spot. They're known for their cheesesteaks, which are, we tried one of those, and it was really, really good. Like really nice and saucy and meaty and not dried out at all, which is one of my biggest beefs, no pun intended, with cheesesteaks. But they also do really great New York style pizzas. So you can get it by the slice or by the pie. Monstrous pies, and we had a really great white from them, very garlicky, spinachy, and I think they also do some sweets, which we did not get to try last time, so we'll have to make it back for that.
Yeah, we already ate way too much on that. And then one final note is, we like to always get a beer after a bike ride. Well, it's not this weekend, but next weekend, Saturday, September 5th, is 11th Hour Brewing's anniversary. And they do some of the best annual releases for their birthday celebration. They do a triple IPA called Triple Jack and a series of barrel-aged stouts called Burn Your Suit. They only release them once a year. I think they have arguably the best. They're your two favorite beers in Pittsburgh. They're probably my two favorite beers in Pittsburgh, and you can only get them, this time of year. So next Saturday is the time to go do that. That's it for us for the week. We're Jeremy and Angie from Discover the Bird, bringing you the 412 Do's, and we'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm Skylar Edson, and this is my song, I Didn't Want to Cry, So I Didn't. Thought I'd had enough, I was hoping breaking us took like 20 minutes. I said one thing, it was okay. Left the moment under the floorboard, but it stuck back in through the back door. And now I've got nothing to say. But do I really gotta hate you now? Gotta egg your house, gotta talk about how much it hurts. Gotta tell my friends, then call my ex. That seems like a lot of work, and I was never one for feelings. And I don't really care about last weekend or your secrets. I don't understand why everybody's not over it. I didn't want to cry, so I didn't. No need to ask me how I'm doing, baby, I'm swimming right through it. I thought you'd call. Had a dream about killing my husband, swept his evil face into the dustpan, but I don't think of you at all. But still I gotta hate you now, gotta egg your house, gotta talk about how much it hurts, gotta tell my friends, then call my ex. That seems like a lot of work, and I was never one for feelings. And I don't really care about last weekend or your secrets. I don't understand why everybody's not over it. I didn't want to cry, so I didn't. No, I didn't. Now you sit there wondering, why did I go? Why did I leave? Choice, babe, you left me, babe. You know the sound to push things down till I'm drowning. You chose this, babe. I kinda hate you now, wanna egg your house. God, that really did hurt. Yeah, I told my friends and I called my ex, and it was a lot of work. I was never one for feelings, and I don't really really care about last weekend or your secrets. I don't understand why I'm still not over it. I didn't want to cry, so I didn't.
Let's hear that, huh? Yeah. Skylar Edson. One more time, what's your website?
Skylar_Edson on Instagram.
There you go. Thanks to Skylar, thanks to Johnny, thanks to Onie for the drinks, and of course thanks to Andy for popping in here.
And what a game show. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's your Jagoff Late Night.